Okay, I don't know how many people saw this, but I did. And it was picked up by crooks and liars. And I sent it to Frank immediately because we both share a disdain for the young Luke Russert.
World's most successful paid intern.
World's most successful intern, Luke Russert. He was a guest, I guess. I don't know if that's the right term. He's a reporter for NBC News, and he was at the Capitol reporting on MSNBC, Martin Bashir's show. And Martin Bashir, so they're all talking about the Republicans' positioning, their talking points around the tax cuts expiring for the Bush tax cuts. So here's what Martin Bashir has to say.
Luke, 98% of the population earns below $250,000 a year. 97% of small business owners fall under the same $250,000 threshold. So just to be clear, Luke, Speaker Boehner and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell are fighting for the 2% and the 3%. Is that right?
Okay, so we all got that question, right? We all followed that, no problem. Let's see what Luke Russert, how he does.
What they would tell you is that...
Okay, so no, he won't answer the question. He's going to go, well, I'll repeat what they would say.
Yeah.
Here's what they would say. I'm going to repeat a falsehood. I'm going to give you their talking point. That's Luke Russert's journalism. I'm going to tell you their talking point. Okay, here it is. There's more.
Right, the 2% and the 3%.
What they would tell
Are they
you
fighting for the 2% and the 3%? Yes or no?
I mean, there couldn't be, honestly... there couldn't be a more clear-cut case. I mean, Martin Bashir might be a little over the top right now, but yes, that's exactly what's happening.
You have to be over the top when someone else is so under the bottom in terms of what they're willing to report.
Yes, what is happening right now is the Republicans in Congress are standing up for the 1%. That's what or the 2%. That's exactly what's happening. That's it. There's no. Right. That's not a judgment call. That's you reporting the facts.
That's an objective.
That's an objective fact.
They're standing up for the people that run the country.
Right.
That's really what they're.
Yes, they're standing up for the richest people who run the country. Yes. Okay.
He thinks it's hilarious.
He thinks it's hilarious. Let's take it from the top one more time, okay? Just so we get a good running start.
8% of the population earns below $250,000 a year. 97% of small business owners fall under the same $250,000 threshold. So just to be clear, Luke, Speaker Boehner and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell are fighting for the 2% and the 3%. Is that right?
What they would tell you is that...
Is that right? The 2% and the 3%?
What they would tell you...
Are they fighting for the 2% and the 3%? Yes or no?
I see where you're going here, and I'm not going to play along.
Mitch McConnell, they have to come on your show sometime, Martin.
Luke, they refuse to accept a single invitation from me. I'm asking you a very simple...
It's not like Luke is running for office. I don't understand that. What does he have to worry about? That'll be voted out in November?
You're going to want them on your show one day, so we can't talk the truth about them. I mean, that was his dad's philosophy, too.
Yes.
That I want to get big guests so I can never tell you the truth about what they're really...
How do I appear to be a journalist without upsetting anybody?
Yes.
How is he going to be able to stay in the 2% without, completely turning them against him?
Yes. Like any great Capitol Hill journalist, Luke Russert has to be careful not to piss off a Republican.
Yes.
Right? And that's the guy who's the reporting from Capitol Hill, and he's going, I don't know, don't ask me, ask them. Look, you're the guy. Yeah. You're the guy that we sent. You're being paid. He's being paid to do this.
He's being paid to go to the Capitol every day, browse some websites, see what's going on, go to politicians and get their talking points from them so he can report them back.
Yes.
And he doesn't give any viewer I'm obsessed with Luke Russert's reports because he never gives viewers any information at all that you couldn't have gotten like a minute ago or that I already knew from
everything he says I know already.
From browsing a few websites. And he gets paid huge amounts of money
He gets paid at least $250,000 a year.
Yes, he does.
So we're back where we started.
His dad made like $5 or $7 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you,
are they fighting for the 2 and the 3%?
They are fighting for, as what they would say, are for the small business job creators who they feel, with folks who could bring in $300,000, could feel pain if this tax cut was to go forward. Now, you bring up an interesting point, is when you press for specifics about which companies would necessarily feel this pain, there have been a number of studies that have been done which the degree of magnitude that would be felt of these companies is not nearly to the scale of what we hear on Capitol Hill.
So what's happening right now is Luke Russert is reporting a most relevant fact, and he's doing it in the most begrudging way I've ever heard.
I know you want me to say this, and I'm saying the words, but I really am against it.
You know, this is the stuff that the Republicans don't want me to say, Martin, and but I will say, yes,
Okay.
all the studies that have been done show that what they're saying is bull.
I'll say this, but you know what? Thanks a lot. Now I'm not going to get to go to karaoke with John Boehner this Thursday night.
There goes my Christmas invitation from the Runfelds. And I even said Runfelds. Yeah, okay, there's a little bit more.
All that being said, though, Martin, it's a very effective talking point because you can say that you're going to hurt job creators, especially small business ones. That is why folks like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have tried to raise that threshold all the way up to $1 million, so the argument is more clear-cut. You could say, look, we want to stop tax hikes for those making below $1 million, but the wealthiest among us have to pay. It's all talking points. It's all trying to gauge for the election.
Yeah, so that's why we're asking you to cut through
maybe
the talking
as a reporter,
points.
you could dig deeper than that. Than just going and listening to the talking points and reporting it back to me. Maybe you could find some sources or something and find out what they're really thinking, what's really going on. You could do some reporting.
Yeah, or how about that I interviewed somebody who did one of these studies, and of course what they're saying is all bullshit. It's not backed up by facts or research, and actually that's what he was asking for him to say, and he actually ended up saying that stuff, but boy did he not want to say that stuff. That was amazing.
And Pelosi and Schumer, they're in agreement now with the $250,000 a year. So it's like that was the only fact that he wanted to report specifically, it seemed.
Right.
That's a Republican talking point.
Yes.
Right.
What's
that Pelosi and Boehner wanted, that Pelosi and Schumer wanted to raise it to $1 million.
Right. So there's a little bit more he has to say.
To be clear, both Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi have both said that they support entirely the president's comments today.
Right, because it provides economic certainty for the middle class. That's the Democratic argument now.
Now, look, isn't there
Wait a minute. But then he just reported publicly that they were against it. But he goes, but right. Now they're on board.
Mm-hmm.
Certain irony here in Speaker Boehner talking about job creation, because if he was subjected to a proper appraisal, he'd likely lose his position on the basis of time wasting. He's planning for a full vote on the president's healthcare reform this week, the 30th in just 2 years. Can you explain to me, Luke, what's the point of these endless moments of pointless theatre when people are crying out for something constructive from the Speaker?
There's two reasons behind this health care repeal vote that we're going to have Wednesday. Number one, it's red meat to the House Republican base. They love any time they have an opportunity to talk about repealing.
I understand.
Well, they feel that they can put that themselves on the side of that, which they feel is an unpopular law. Number two is that the tax part of the law.
Honest to God, it's like Martin Bashir's interviewing a Republican spokesperson.
Yes. A college Republican spokesperson.
Yes.
He sounds like a college person. Just the manner in which he speaks is just kind of drawn out. He doesn't really enunciate. He's kind of half interested.
Yes. There's a little bit more to this.
Justice Roberts alluded to during that decision, Republicans believe is a win for them because they can say if you vote to keep the president's health care law, you are in fact voting to raise taxes. Again, it's all for the election come November. It's all positioning. You won't see any real constructive work happening, Martin, until 2013 in Washington, D.C.
Well, then you can go
Not
home
from
then.
you either.
Yeah. Then I guess you can go home, right?